The Samaritan woman said to him, "How is it that you, a Jew, ask for a drink from me, a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans." All right. So here's, who likes history? We got any history buffs in the room? All right, we're going to get a little history lesson. I like history. I'm a history nerd. So what's going on with the Samaritans and the Jews? Aren't they kind of the same? And this whole thing, and I thought they were all the same people, but they're not. Why do the Jews not like the Samaritans? I don't really get the sense that the Samaritans feel as badly about the Jews as the Jews do about the Samaritans, although there's probably a little bad blood in both directions. So here's what's going on. We got to back this thing all the way up to the year 1000 BC. 1,000 years before this moment. David is king. He's king over the United Kingdom. All 12 tribes of Israel are under his kingdom. All united under one king, right? And then David died, and Solomon became king. Well, Solomon was a bit of a bonehead, and he did some really dumb things. And after Solomon died, the kingdom divided. 10 tribes in the north of Israel became the nation of Israel. 2 tribes in the lower part of Israel, which included Jerusalem, became Judah. So when Jesus is traveling from Judah, that's in the lower part, under what King David ruled over, to the north, he's going into this northern kingdom territory. In the year 722 BC, after Solomon died, then the nation split after Solomon died, and it became 10 in the north, 2 in the south. In 722 BC, the northern kingdom was conquered by Assyria. And the Assyrians took all the 10 tribes in the north, they took them into captivity for a long time. In the southern kingdom, in 586, they made it another 100 plus years as a kingdom before they were then conquered, and they were sent to Babylon into captivity. Now, so you got the northern kingdom in captivity in Syria, starting in 722. You got the southern kingdom in captivity in Babylon, starting in 586. Then they all return. What's the difference here is that Assyria, when the Jews that were in captivity in Assyria married and intermixed with the Assyrians. The Jews that were in Babylon were forbidden from marrying and intermixing by the Babylonians. So Jews could only marry and have children with other Jews while they were in captivity. So what happens when they all return to the promised land? You got the 2 tribes of Judah, pure blood, and the 10 tribes in the north, Assyrian Jewish hybrids, half-breeds, as the Jews would describe them, dogs, as Jesus even called them. So this is why there's bad blood. The Jews do not think that the northern tribes are any longer Jews. They think they're defiled and tainted and no good. And this is why there's bad blood. Now, there's an interesting thing she says here in verse 9. How is it that you, a Jew, ask for a drink from me? And her statement is, a woman of Samaria. Because Jesus has no business, culturally speaking, talking to a woman of any ethnicity. So he has basically violated 2 social constructs. He's talking to a woman first, and then second, he's talking to a woman of Samaria. This is what our God does. He will go to the end of the earth, to any length to get a hold of us, any length to reach our hearts, any length to bring us the knowledge of himself. And that's what he's done with this woman. In his human fatigue, in this moment of great thirst, he opts, instead of taking care of his own physical needs, to cross these social constructs and take care of this one woman. Why didn't he come there at 6 a.m. when there would have been a whole town's a village worth of women there? That's not what he wanted. We've seen Jesus do this before. He did this with the demoniac of Gadarenes. As far as we can tell from Scripture, he crossed the entire Sea of Galilee, stilled a storm to cast demons out of one man in a pagan region. Here he is now again, staying here by the well to have this ministry moment with one Samaritan woman in a region where a lot of Jews wouldn't even pass through Samaria. They would walk around it, which is a super long, extra long journey. This is who our God is. He doesn't leave us in the condition he found us. Jesus isn't concerned with labels. We may not have woman from Samaria label under our neck today. Maybe we have, loser. Maybe we have addict. Maybe we have something else under our necks today. Maybe there's flashing signs that say different things. Gambler. Maybe there's flashing signs that say in our lives, bum. Maybe there's a flashing sign that says deadbeat dad. Whatever that sign is that we carry around, those are not the labels that Jesus sees in us. And aren't you glad that he doesn't? Because if he did, we would stay those things for the rest of our lives. But he takes us as we are, whatever those labels and that baggage that we have, and he transforms us and he gives us new character, new identity. And the neat thing about it is he takes that thing that identified us in the past and he makes it our strength in his name. That's our God. That's who we serve. And that's why I love this Lord. Why I love Jesus. Because he transforms people and he changes their lives.